concerned for the damage for Felt or for Midas?
For 5ManMidas a bit. I don't know how they can catch too easily.
You're concerned about the catch, right? Not the damage.
Yeah.
Their damage is good. I was confused by that statement. The damage is good, but the catch is not though. That's the issue. Like how you enable that damage. They have a ridiculous amount of damage between Ursa and Storm and Sniper. But I do feel like this game though, if I'm honest with you, is just felt because of the Storm. Like it's just Storm. Storm will win or lose this game. If he plays badly, it's up to him. 100%.
Classic 10th pick, eh?
Yeah, I mean, other ways to mitigate. So Little Boy should go for an Atos build, to be honest, which we've seen on Timbersaw a couple of times to get some catch. It's actually a pretty good idea, as opposed to the Yules we sometimes see. Like Kai and Sanji is still fine, but go for Atos afterwards, or maybe Atos first. Sniper can actually go for something similar. We've seen like Gleipnir build on Sniper, or some might just force like Diffusal Blade Basher.
Now Gleipnir is an idea. Yeah.
I think you need to go for multiple Atos actually to stop the Storm.
Yeah, I actually agree with that completely. And Storm, you know, as you say, he's just got to be careful with his positioning. If he ever gets Soulbinded to anyone, the fight's basically over. That is one thing at least the Grimstroke provides. Soulbind is not going to be useful for any spell purposes, really, except for locking down Storm, and that's all they need it for. So they've at least validated this Grim pick a little bit, but, you know, with good positioning, Storm can mitigate that very easily. Yeah, I mean, it is such a good Storm game. I really wonder what builds Solji's going to want to go for.
I think also because the Storm is so free, like this enables a TA to a degree. Because even if she has no purpose this game, just her getting farm is already useful, right? And if everyone's like concentrating to counter the Storm, maybe TA will come out unnoticed. And like Timbersaw might not have to, like he'll be concentrating too much to catch the Storm, and he actually misses reactive armor to stacks and mess up to the TA. Ursa might not. And Ursa versus TA matchup is just really bad for TA, so I take that back. There's nothing that you can do there. But Sniper might get bursted down by a surprising Blink Dagger, right? The lane for Sniper should still be good, however, against Storm, so that's always should be mentioned. Until he gets level 6, Sniper should still win any lane. Is there any lane Sniper loses? Puck, if Puck plays aggressively. I guess DK, maybe? Like, DK just tanks
Yeah,
too?
DK would make sense, right? Maybe a Tiny along similar lines. Tiny just tanks a bit too much.
I don't know if Tiny can tank a Sniper, though.
Yeah, because he doesn't have that base armor until 10, right? Or until 6.
Yeah. Also, wanted to make a mention. Thank you for the chat for correcting us. It seems like with the guy we were calling Comart, the carry for Felt is Comfort, which makes much more sense. Yeah, because of course the 4 is pronounced as a 4, and once you read it that way, you're like, that sounds much more obvious. But when we were reading it, we just
wait. Do you see these shenanigans right now? Monkey King, he's turned into his own courier, but he also has this regular courier. You can always tell which one is which because the Monkey King courier, for some reason, just moves at 380. I don't know why they've decided to do this. And also, it can jump from trees to trees. That's also another really good way of I did.
Yeah, when you see the courier jumping, usually that's a Monkey King.
Usually.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do?
I don't know if this was a useful play at all. I don't know if he accomplished anything, but it's fun.
It is funny. It is funny. It also looks like he's slightly bigger than his regular courier. Just slightly, the model size.
I don't know if that's true. Yes, the camera angle did.
I don't know. It's hard to tell when they're not next to each other. He's going to try and steal a rune here, regardless, and he's going to immediately zoned away.
I feel like if you're, well, pretty much a god, which is what Monkey King represents, right? And you're also like the equivalent of Loki, but for Chinese mythology, and you can't turn into an animal that brings items properly. You failed as a god. Like, what kind of deity can't even turn into? Imagine if Zeus couldn't even turn into a donkey.
Zeus turned himself into a rain to
have
some coitus.
Geese.
Geese.
He liked animals as well. He was a big fan of animals in general.
Yeah, he was a sneaky one, that guy.
Well, Zeus was like,
sometimes he was an ass.
Yep. I would. That's true. It's true. He even turned people into asses. Sometimes.
That is true. Yeah. That's why
anyway.
That's why they kept nerfing Zeus, because Valve they don't work with them. I don't know work with them.
Yeah, it's very true. They had to make it very tiny in Dota, so people wouldn't recall how menacing he is in the Greek mythology. Now just a mean person.
That's true.
You know, I frequent the Hades subreddit sometimes into the game, right?
Yeah.
And I noticed that there's like the community in Hades hates Zeus, not because the character in the game, not because he's like a mean character or anything, but because everyone's recalling what he did in mythology, and they're like, yeah, Zeus can't escape what he did before. I'm like, is Zeus? People think he's a real person. Why are they canceling Zeus? I just thought it was very funny to see
What
that.
do you-
It's a very common meme there.
What do you mean? It's you gotta thank him after every thunderstorm, otherwise the rain won't come again.
That's true. Alright, so they end up doing Abaddon Ursa, which I think is fine, by the way, because Ursa will win this lane anyway. I actually don't think Ursa's the best in aggressive lanes, because it takes a while for him to actually ramp up and deal the damage. So unless you have like it's good with Grimstroke, don't get me wrong. But if Mars plays this well, all of a sudden Ursa's losing this lane because he's just wasting too much time trying to hit him. And you can just harass him and get the save from Abaddon and make sure he farms. It's like just the easier way to play. No, there's no question that this lane is going to go badly for you. Unless Ray commits suicide here, which might happen. I think he's going to die. One more hit. Oh, he had a Fairy Fire. Never mind. I spoke too soon. Fairy Fire, Ring of Protection.
What are these jukes?
And now Wake Me Up is chasing after him. Oh, these jukes. He juked himself. Oh, he's hitting him again, and he dies to the air.
Got him.
Oh, okay.
He wanted to shoot a big arrow at him.
It was ours all along.
Okay.
Oh,
that was...
Steel Borko. He's found Bolo.
That's Dota.
But of course, he's got Tree Dance level 1. But he's winning this matchup pretty handily.
Look at the Monkey King stats. He has great stats. 5 armor, 53 damage. Like this, the Fairy Fire over Venom. I don't know why Bolo thought he could win this.
I don't think
This was-
I don't think he could. He just kind of got caught underneath a tree.
I think he's gonna die.
There's another
No, no.
primal or Tree Dance here in a second.
I don't think he's gonna.
No,
use it,
no,
though.
he
He's on the
shouldn't.
tower
He
now.
shouldn't. Look at this headdress.
Oh.
Early headdress.
He just took 1 tower hit for free.
Cancels the sell.
He actually salved, and he broke the salve. Well done.
All right.
That was a good use of Tree Dance. Breaking the salve was important.
I really like all these heroes with new movement mechanics. I mean, say what you want about Marcy, because she won't, but her movement mechanics are just so great to look at, especially the way that she's played. And I like Steel Borko playing pretty creatively here on the Monkey King, although now he's getting beat back a little bit. And in fact, he will be beat back straight to the fountain as he is going to be killed.
So that wasn't that good play after all. All things considered, he did end up dying. And so 5
Oh, and they got his
Minded-
courier too.
Yep, that's... I mean, he's back in the lane. Maybe he gets level 2 soon. I just don't think this lane is easy for them. It's actually a pretty tough lane. The Monkey King 5 just needs too many levels. I mean, he's playing like a real good 5, but he's playing a bad Monkey King.
Yeah. You know what's kind of funny is I would actually say that these position 5s are quite comparable of what they want to achieve in the super early laning stage, where Ray just wants to get the enemy supports off by a little bit of early waves for his core, who does struggle a little bit for the earliest waves, and then once the base damage gets a little bit higher, usually it's no problem.
Right.
Of course, I think Abba's a little bit better suited for this role because of his abilities, but Monkey King with stats, we can see how annoying he's already been. And it's not been too much space for comfort though. 14-1, it's not too bad. He's keeping pace with the Ursa, but they're not really stopping this Timber from farming.
Yeah, he's not very comfortable in this lane, I would say.
Very comfortable. No, doesn't work.
Comfortable. I think that's how I usually call it. Anyway, Steel Borko. Oh, he went for level 2 Boundless Strike. Interesting. I can see why this build is good, right? Because you get to stun. You're stun. I mean, you're a Monkey King after all. You're support. You kind of want to be able to do something in the lane. But if you're playing this way, we're just kind of hitting the Grimstroke the whole time. Is the stun really that valuable?
Well, I think it's one of those things where you can't be a support in Dota 2 unless you have a stun, otherwise you get reported.
Is that genuinely what he's... Because I actually don't
Mid
know
lane,
why we...
RL, they're going to land an arrow onto him after the Vortex. He's living, but only on a bit of a prayer, and no HP as he will fall. That was a great rotation from Wake Me Up. I can't believe they comboed. There was not even a Vortex. They just landed that arrow naturally.
Okay, that's really bad for the sniper though, because now he's gonna hit level 6 on the storm, and now your lane is done. You have to leave this lane. You're gonna die every time storm dives you. All right. Bottom lane though, Steel Borko's gonna die yet again. That's why you got the stun, I guess, because he just knows he needs to play defensively. And little boy realizes that he is a Timber Saw, and he can just dive his TA. And it's perfectly fine. No Chakram, though. But did cancel that cell.
Yeah, he did.
That melt come a bit too late. Little boy's like, do you know I have
There's a Warling
area
death.
damage?
Oh, the trees!
He almost killed him, but he had a Fairy Fire and a Refraction, so it's all good. Sorry, Magic Wand, not Fairy Fire.
The trees,
It's all
they
good, all
betray you. All that bonus damage per tree. Remember when they reworked that?
What? Per tree for the Willing
yeah.
Death. All right.
Yeah. It was
Right,
good
yeah,
damage on the TA, but not enough. Staying alive. But yeah, pretty nice lane for little boy. He's got, wow, Soul Ring and Arcanes already. This is,
Yeah, he's doing fine.
yeah, he's doing... Oh,
Nope.
well,
Not anymore,
nope.
because he just stunned.
Okay.
That's where you pick the stun, guys. That's it.
exactly it.
I mean, level 1 Boundless Strike did get buffed like ages ago to actually be a 1 second stun, which is not bad. It used to be, what, 0.4, I think, a while ago.
Zone. Azor, he really wants this courier. Oh, he tried. He was just a little bit too slow, unfortunately. Got bloodlusted by that courier. That man wanted one thing and only one thing, and that was the Ursus courier. Had already, pardon me, delivered the phase boots to Fuzzy Wuzzy, as he is going to be going for a very similar build. Diffusal into the Blink Dagger, currently in the quick buy. Let's keep our eyes on this sniper mid, though, because Wake Me Up, he's ready to go in for another arrow. Storm is kind of an illusion rune bottled. He was probably hoping for an arcane or a haste, and that would have been a free kill, but no dice here.
Top lane though, they did try to dive him instead. They did rotate Wake Me Up, and that's gonna save the Mars, or at least make it so that Ursa doesn't want to dive anymore. But I think the lane that we should be looking for soon is Little Boy's level 6. His bottom lane is gonna become, well, Little Boy's lane really. I can't imagine TA can do much once the Chakram comes up, and you can just tear through that refraction.
It's just so much armor. 1-1-3 build right now, and yeah, as you say, once refraction is up, TA is gonna want to get out of here. As they're going to look maybe for Bolo, the traps, you know. Yeah, this might be a kill. Nice two-man Boundless Strike as they get the Jingu. RL's rotated on over, though. Shrapnel is going to tear through these refraction charges. As RL's actually going to keep away. The double TP out is felt. They want out of here. That Assassinated is actually going across the map.
Yep. That was actually not a bad idea. I think if you time Assassinate fast enough, you actually can, because it does offer a mini stun, so you do cancel the TP. But he was close enough as well, but it just took a little too long. Lies. There we go. He's being jumped on by Solji, but he has an electric vortex, so there's no way that this jump can stop an Ursa. Yeah,
no arena either, so there wasn't like an easy setup there just to load in damage. But a big stack is going to be taken here by Solji. I don't know who stacked this. Oh, you know what? We have the technology to find out.
Do we?
Yeah, you click on the creeps. Oh, well, now we can't see them because he's killed them all. It shows the little buff of who stacked them.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
I guess it's better because it might have been, who knows, if it was 5ManMidas, you know. Yeah. I don't think so, though. I would be surprised if they stacked it, because, like, does Ursa clear stacks? No,
not especially with diffusal builds in the olden days. It's so crazy to say in the olden days when he built Battle Fury he would, but not anymore.
Yep. I mean, I think it's still a viable build sometimes, but I think diffusal blade is just objectively better most of the time.
Yes, I agree. I agree with you completely. I just think
people were really easy to close down the Battle Fury build. I think it's not. Like, it was actually pretty smart.
Oh, what's going on here? Solji, I don't know if he can fight Ray. I mean, he's got a 4-level advantage, and Ray's like, oh wow, that's.
Oh, he's gonna assassinate him. Miscoil? Oh, okay, good evasion.
Yeah, nicely done. So
this is still really good though, because Storm is like wasting time.
They're not making this easy for Little Boy, actually. They are committing a lot of heroes down here, but it's so far working out pretty well for them. He's not yet booted the TA from lane.
Yeah, that's pretty good, actually. You know, it used to be the case that, like, top-tier teams would, when they saw Timbersaw, before the reactive armor changes, they would try lane until he got level 3, or just prevent him from getting level 3, right? Because that was the big point of inflection. But that changed with reactive armor. Now level 3 is not that big for a Timbersaw, and actually he peaks a bit later. But this could be like the response, you know, as the meta changes, Timbersaw becomes a different hero. You kind of just rotate later. Make sure you can't take a tower. He's super slow at taking towers, so if he doesn't take over the lane.
That's true. The only issue I could see Felt having is that the only person with wave clear that doesn't die to... yeah, even Mars kind of dies to Timber. Yeah, but yeah, I guess with Boundless Strike he could, right? That's a good point.
I think the idea is correct, but they also realize that if they keep committing the Mirana here, they're going to let up their Storm, right? And their mid lane. And you can't lose mid. Like, you rather lose bottom than mid. So I guess maybe they had this idea and they were talking about it. They're like, oh, this would be really great. Like, stay there, just have farm little Steel Borkle. But he's going to die.
Yep. He is going to die.
It's okay. He's a 5. He took experience. It's okay.
He did. He really wanted that wave. That was a big wave. But he's not going to get it. He is not as poor, though, as Ray is currently, who is going to be stacking yet again. Big stacks here. I wonder who's going to take those. What for now? Good arrow is going to follow up on that kill. There's the first point in Vortex, along with a level 4 Remnant. And Storm's going to zip all the way to that top power rune, where he's going to collect his second power rune of the game, a haste.
Oh, good rotation by Little Boy as well. You said Mars can't really fight him, and you're right. And that's why Little Boy goes top and says, what, you thought you could take my tier 1 for free? And so instead of playing the typical Timbersaw, which usually plays more offensively and goes mid and now starts to threaten the mid tier 1, he's playing more like a Tide or a Sanking would, where they actually go and try to make sure that they don't take the enemy, like your safe lane tier 1. And that opens up a map in a different way. Because you have a sniper and Ursa, you actually are more concerned about your map being closed than you are about opening up the enemy map, because they're not fast farmers, either of them. So you rather just have more space in general to maneuver with. If you have something like an anti-mage, for example, or in general Battlefield builders, you're much happier about opening the enemy map. So I actually think this is the right play conceptually.
Sniper has just...
I saw that kill, but just
yeah, I know. Don't worry. I was doing camera work with fog and all that. It was a good kill. Okay. Sniper has completed the first of the 5ManMidas.
Well, Arena, there's a Chakram. They go for Comfort, but Comfort's going to be fine for now. Good Arena to at least close in the Ursa. And this is going to be Moonlight Shadow. Nobody bought detection, of course. So just let them leave.
No, they're buying Midas. Midai?
Wait, who's buying Midas?
Sniper.
Oh, okay. But only one Midas, right?
I would hope so. What do you think? Yeah.
Oh, it's Midas, right? One Midas. Yeah, 5-man. Oh, no. One Midas, two Midas. Two Midai?
Two Midai? Midai...
I mean, it's a person, right? Midas was a person, so I don't know. If, like, is it one Richie, two Richie? Oh, yeah, it is two Richie.
Midai suggests that we just use Midas because that's the team name anyway, 5ManMidas.
That's good. Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good.
Thank you.
I like that. Sniper Midas, do you remember when this build was popular? I actually remember ADR used to do this a lot. I don't mean your pubs, I mean in Pro Dota. ADR, actually HFN, the Brazilian players all used to use this build a lot. And so the idea was you played Sniper, and you used to actually be with Wraith Bands instead. So you would go 3 Wraith Bands into the Midas. And so the idea was you use the Wraith Bands to power spike around minute 10, and you just kind of rotate in the most powerful hero at minute 10. Then you Midas to actually farm and scale. And then you either went for a Maelstrom for damage or a Quick Axe for more utility. And it seems like he's going for the Quick Axe for utility. It's an interesting choice, actually. It's a good way to deal with a Mars, I would say, as a sniper, because Sniper sucks against Mars and against Storm, and you get some catch this way.
Little boy, they might make a play for him. No, he's gonna be able to get out in time. Arrow is gonna go fishing, but he scouts it and will be able to avoid it. That's gonna reveal a lot of heroes top lane, though. 5ManMidas, they might be interested in going for a dive. They might be interested in defending the tower. For now, little boy, he's hunting monkeys, and he is avoiding storms. Here's Ray, who's not going to be jumped yet. Storm commits half the mana. Nice 2-man Boundless Strike. Ray's going to trigger the ultimate actively as Little Boy able to escape. Boundless Strike, though, does not catch the Storm, so Solji, he's free to go after Little Boy, but the regen forces him to use all of the mana. A good soulbind, but it only nets him now a kill onto the Mirana as Comfort fighting versus RRL. Storm going to be making the jump in as well, as the Primal Spring is going to be able to pick up the kill from Steel Borko. Ray's going to be next to fall. And they will not connect the spear, but they're going to connect another Boundless Strike there. Out from Steel Borko, who's going to tip his ally, as it's a 4-for-1 trade here in favor of Fel. It's a great fight for them.
I think that was a bit poorly fought by 5ManMidas, right?
Yes.
Rotation from a sniper. I was actually kind of excited, like, oh, sniper's in the trees, you know? I was preparing jokes in my head for that, but he just died so quickly. And they also decided that the best thing when the sniper came in was to all go and hug him, and they all joined together against a bunch of area damage, which was not a good idea, and they lost all 3 at once. I think they got a bit too overzealous because of the fact that, as you said, Storm was out of mana, and you're like, oh, let's kill Storm, it's a good opportunity. But you're just not that strong early. You know, they have a lot of counters against you. They have good timings. They have a Mars.
Yeah,
and you just lost your Timbersaw, which is your main early game hero.
Basically, all he did, he TPs in, he double assassinates, and goes, I don't have shrapnel because I was just farming, and I'm sniper, so I don't want to fight these guys this early.
I mean, he went for Midas, and not even the Wraith Band build, so he doesn't actually have any stats.
Oh, uh-oh. He's got a DD rune, as Ray's going to be able to tank a lot of spells for him. Does not have an aphotic shield, so Eliza's going to have to tank through the remains of that Sacred Arrow, and he's going to go for more here. Buffed now greatly by his team, but the Boundless Strike from Steel Borko gives Solji enough time to zip away. Smoke into smoke on that fight, and it's going to come out a draw. And 5ManMidas, they're going to smoke again.
Interesting choice. I mean, they forced the arena, right? So I guess that's what they're thinking. Forced the arena, we still have a remnants of the DD.
Oh, the Roche.
In fact, worst case, they can go for Roche, but they should check there's a trap. Yeah, they did with Sentry. Like, what do we do now? Grimstroke, break it! Okay.
Well, now they know that there was a smoke, though.
They will never guess the Ursa was here with a Grimstroke. It was just chance that they broke this trap.
But can they actually fight this? Steel Borko, he's got ultimate, so that's going to give him at least vision. Storm can jump in. TA only has Deso Dragonlance.
Okay, yeah, they're gonna fight. They're gonna defend the Ursa. That's pretty good. Abaddon doesn't have ultimate though. Ray, they did the kill Steel Borko, and actually 2 supports down. Ursa takes the Aegis.
That was so good. The shrapnel as well, keeping them out. There's like a little Venn diagram of death for anyone who dared to try and come down those stairs. And Well, we saw what happened to those guys. Arrow finds the Roche instead of the Ursa, and that makes it a pretty easy fight.
I think it's I think that fight was hilarious because it all started because of the Grimstroke who destroyed the trap while also stayed in the smoke.
Oops.
And I know Felt didn't panic enough because they didn't see Ursa in the pit or whatever, but they didn't rotate anyone. There was no arena though, so that's big. Now they're going in.
Oh,
and
Storm.
Storm just got silenced.
Oh, no.
They even used the Soulbind. No need. Didn't actually got Soulbound for anything. They just killed him. Still Borko. Also TP'd in. Gets a stun off at least. There's the arena as well. But RL will not die to this. In fact, the guy who gets stuck is Bolo, but he gets saved by the Aphotic Shield. RL dies instead to the TA, who's now in the middle of Wukong's command, and she can fight inside of this. Still silenced. Comfort trying to fight her best, and she does kill the Abaddon before she dies, but dies to him regardless, as Zor is trying to run away, does pin Little Boy to the tower, but that's not going to stop him from killing him off. And in the end, 5ManMidas, they do lose 1 core in support, but they take out the enemy's 3 cores in return, so a really good trade for them.
Yeah, really exciting fight there as well. And kind of a mistake from Ray. He was just throwing out heals, and I think he's, I don't know, he's only got level 2 Mist Coil. Of course, the damage is, I mean, I guess he just didn't calculate it correctly, because he accidentally triggered his ultimate when he was just kind of healing people, and I don't know if that really would have made that big of a difference, but not having the ulti there to counter-initiate against the Mars arena, I think ends up getting a couple of heroes killed there. Sniper in particular, who, I don't know, I guess Solji with that jump in, though, could have been a little bit better from Feltz. They still get a little bit out of that fight, so they can be somewhat happy with what they achieve. But you know, not a super clean fight from 5ManMidas either. But they're gonna prevail because of Aegis.
I think RL is just kind of fodder. Like, at this point, his name is Sniper, but he's playing like a stormtrooper, really. He's the one that's like, leading the fights all the time, and I don't know if that should be his role. I will say that's because he's going for Midas and travel. He's always has a good way to recover. Yeah, he always has utility, regardless of him being like farmed or not, and his Ags will help for that. So I can understand what RL is coming from, but at the same time, him dying this much has just kind of delayed him as a mid laner. Now he's gonna kill Steel Borko for free, though.
Yeah.
I love he's chasing after. Like, this is the worst sniper I've ever seen. He actually, Grimstroke is a better sniper than RL.
Yeah.
I don't mean like the hero. I mean like as the concept of a sniper. He's just not playing that.
Marksman, a sharpshooter. Able to
yeah, exactly.
there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I got you.
Not the actual hero. I think RL is fine playing sniper.
Smoke into the river to try and scout the power rune. Solji is going to bottle up this arcane. He is actually going to go back for the Orchid now. This is going to be like a 24-minute Orchid against no BKB for Sniper, no BKB Ursa. I mean, sure, maybe. I'm always a bit dubious when I see an Orchid this late. And here's another smoke from 5ManMidas, and they're jumping right in onto Comfort. And they're going to have the silence and plenty of damage to follow suit. No Blink Dagger on this TA, no Refraction charges available, and she is minced meat here to Fuzzy Wuzzy.
Who's going for the Orchid?
Storm. Oh, he's just changed it.
Okay. I was just seeing Bloodstone. I'm gonna go Zor now. Easy kill.
Yeah, he tried to be sneaky beaky under the cover of the Moonlight Shadow. Unbeknownst to him, Sentry Ward is going to snuff him out.
I think a tier 1 up top as well. RL just leaving, and takes a little TP because he's like, I'm Sniper, I have boots travel, I better use this time to farm. And then gets the Midas off. Once they get the Axe, it's a huge power spike, I would say, here for 5ManMidas. And they're already winning thanks to the Timber Saw.
Little boy did go for
Little boy,
Atos, by the way. You were
as I mentioned,
yeah.
right? Like, I think it's a really good
Storm.
build. We have Enrage still, though.
Oh, great arrow.
Oh, he activated before the arrow. They actually can kill him before the Enrage comes out. Oh. They did save him, however, the healing from the Abaddon. Good use of the Mist Gold to take away from the fight. Now the Enrage, thanks to the Aphotic Shield. He has a bit more time, but Lai stayed a bit too long, and it's going to be his death now, thanks to this. Here comes the Soulbind with a double silence. They need Sniper to join in. They have an Assassinate using a Steel Borko, so he will fall, but no double Assassinate this time around, as they instead surround Wake Me Up and decide to deal with the supports first. The TA is in the wrong position, but in fact the Mars comes in. RL, once again the target. He gets saved by a Aphotic Shield, but his HP is too low, so he's gonna fall.
They got the Storm.
Solji does die in the backlines to Little Boy, but Ray will also die to TA's burst damage. Bolo in the trees, Shadow Amulet.
No. Oh, there you go.
No, they push him off, and in case you guys didn't know, if you move someone with Shadow Amulet, that will reveal them.
Much like Meld.
Yes.
That was a wild fight. That fight was literally all over the place. But it's a win for Felt, and a pretty big one. Basically, just because they land that sick arrow onto Ursa. I think that's kind of a miscalculation by 5ManMidas. I think they get that pick onto Mars, they get the tier 1 tower, and they back up. Because they were still playing into a bottled Storm Arcane Rune. which was going to pop soon. Remember, those only last 90 seconds now compared to 2 minutes. So you burned so much of that duration, and you gave him such a big opportunity to turn that into, I think, a bigger fight than really he was going to be able to get.
I do feel like Lies, there was a bit of hesitation there when he was leaving. Like when he got saved and he activated Enrage and he just could leave. Why did he go back in temporarily? Why did he think that he could fight that? Like that was I think a pretty big mistake because I think he was out despite the arrow, right? I actually really like that Ray was not committing hard. The reason why he didn't have Photic Shield and just dispel the arrow is because he knew if it was going in there too far, because the Photic Shield is lower range, he would die. So instead he miscoils from it farther away, heals the Ursa, make sure he doesn't die, and then they still commit, and that seemed unnecessary. I didn't like that RL as well was once again in the middle of the fight.
Yeah.
Like he came from the triangle, that was fine, and then you're in the middle of it somehow. I don't know how he even got there. I guess he's just walking to the middle of the fight to hit more.
Yeah, Photic Shield actually on cooldown when the arrow connected, so he didn't have it. It was on cooldown for 2 seconds. Just check the tape. So miscalculation. No,
that was my
no, it's okay. Just a miscalculation because I was also curious how that happened. And here's another smoke play from Felt. They have another arena. Blink Yules on Mars, Blink Dagger on the Templar Assassin. If they can get a good jump here, they're going to be in a good position. Moonlight Shadow is soon to expire, however, and I don't believe they scouted this smoke. No, it looks like it was scouted.
They have Ags. Okay. I mean, they have Ags on Sniper. I don't know if smokes are necessary. This is huge. Ags plus Atos. Did he just... Oh. He just revealed the Ags on an illusion.
He did.
Okay. Well, it's the problem with smoking on Sniper that you're so far away when you use your spells that you actually can't tell if it's an illusion or not. Never consider that as an interaction I would ever talk about in a game, but here we are.
That is true. Who else do you see that on? Sometimes like Lina with like Laguna Blade. Just looking to zap
Yeah, you see on
they
Lina,
got Steel
you see it
Borko.
on Sniper.
What?
And you see it on Alliance when
This guy is a marksman. That's very true. That's very true. What did they do? I
will never forget that.
They doomed an illusion or something? What did they do? They
they were
RP
5-man smoked and they surrounded an illusion with a smoke. They're like, well, this is crazy. They just all went on him. I'm like, oh, okay. I love that there was a moment afterwards. Like I'm assuming they realized. This is old Alliance. I think Loda was still playing back then.
Oh, okay. This is much before. Yeah, I was cast, and the only play I remember that like the anti-hero to this, or the antithesis to this, is Spartan, right? Who would go, there's no way this is a real hero. This has to be an illusion.
Yeah, that is. The Spartan always assumes that there's no way these are 5 real heroes. There has to be a CK in the game or something. That's the most plays.
Oh, good vision there, Solji.
That's a good Atos.
Yeah, maybe it was a bait. Okay, the Arena of Blood is good onto 2. Arrow is going to sail through the arena, ultimately on a serve, but they got off the Soulbind, but there's just not enough follow-up. Little Boy, without any trees, doesn't have the damage, and they're going to turn on to him. Plenty of minus armor, but with all of the reactive armor stacks, he's good to keep on fighting. Arrow, again, it's going to find him as Lies jumping onto Comfort, who's going to at least try and get the Abba from this fight, but cannot, as still alive and still fighting is Little Boy. He lives through it all. As only the Grimstroke is going to go down, basically, for his aggression.
But I want to check with you, but like, do you have a replay for this? Because I want to know, this Soulbind didn't replicate Assassinate, did it?
Let me check. So on those projectile-based abilities, it only replicates when it connects.
Yeah, but like I don't think it replicated.
Let me take a look here. Let's take a look as. Okay, we're not gonna fight. Let's see.
Yeah, just Steel Borko. I mean, if they kill Steel Borko, it's like whatever as well. So. Sniper bought a Quelling Blade, by the way, to hunt him, which I think is hilarious. RL, let's go. He found him.
It didn't. It did not replicate. Yeah, they.
Because I think RL does not know that interaction either. Because I was thinking, why would you assassinate the Mars over the Storm? And probably because he was soulbound. So yeah, of course you would, because whoever you hit, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, I think that should work though. I don't know why it doesn't.
Yeah, it should. I don't understand why that would work. Like it's not like Omnislash or something where it wasn't feasible.
Maybe the Ags interaction is broken because he did when he used it top lane it worked. I've got a replay cut of that. Remember when he fought underneath the tier 1 tower?
Oh, right. Yeah. So just with the Ags, interesting.
That seems very weak though.
That's very
because this was.
I think that's a bug.
Yeah, I mean it must be because this is kind of one of the only things that you actually have to synergize with Soulbind. You know, I would say you don't really care to apply the Phantom's Embrace to Storm. That's not necessarily true, but just with the Soulbind alone, you know, that's lockdown. So the Phantom is whatever at that stage. But getting the double assassinate, yeah, it feels pretty bad. So I'll keep my eye out for that one and see if they have it again. He's actually going to go for Eighth Lens next. This is fascinating. Oh, Arena? Oh no, he doesn't catch anyone. But it locks them in.
Oh, concussive grenade on Storm. Atos as well. They got to stun him somehow. They don't. And instead they're fighting in the middle. The Wukong's command. I mean, not the best
DD
of
for
ideas.
comfort.
Need to get rid of it. Arrow will hit thanks to the Yule Scepter. Lies in trouble. Lies will die. And they now catch RL, who's just in a difficult position. Storm can just jump them regardless. Ray dies. RL joins him. Little Boy's still alive, and he gets to a Borko, but I think at the expense of his own life. Well, we'll see though. Atos does help him out a fair amount. Arrow does miss. Little Boy has a Timber Chain to get away. There's the Chakram. Gets stopped by the Yule Scepter. They have a Spear, and that's going to be enough to finish off this him.
Actually, a really good zoning arena. Like, unironically, they had nowhere to go.
Yep.
They basically...
Arena plus Wukong's actually. Both.
Yeah, it was basically, you know, like I think in military tactics, they call this like a hammer and anvil attack, right? Where the hammer was this TA double damager and then this Storm Spirit coming in with a vengeance, and the anvil was going to be this arena they just could not escape. And now second Roche is up for the taking. Again, we saw this last game where it was Felt's Ursa Warrior who was unable to claim this Ag's Shard, and we saw how difficult of a game he had. They are respawning, but they're not going to be able to make it over in time. So it's going to be second Roche and Ag's Shard over to Felt.
Okay. It's actually a pretty big turning point for Felt, I'd say. Again, even in this fight, I don't think 5ManMidas is proposing these fights. Their positioning is a bit lacking in fights, personally. Because I feel like here, once again, yeah, great arena and great Wukong's command, but you also kept fighting within it. You were like kind of sieging the bottom tower, which is fine, but you didn't control the high ground, and you didn't really expect an enemy team with superior mobility to you by like 1,000 to go and surprise you by going on the other side, right? Like, you shouldn't be. You're a sniper. You're a military man. How are you surprised by flanking? You know?
Okay, this is just still Borko they're killing. Down it goes.
That's fine. I like the choice though by Lies to go the Ags. I mean, that's what's it's helping him out a lot in these team fights. It's making the arena not seem so good. Lies.
Oh,
Ursa.
sorry. I thought you said Lifestealer. I apologize.
No.
Yes.
Lies. Yeah, so Lies. Yeah, Lies. Lies is going for went for the Ags to help with the arena, which I think is good. But of course, that still means you're stuck in the arena, right? So maybe the BKB would have helped him to just avoid the arena altogether.
Yeah, that is a good point. Oh, Sniper.
RL has checked this spot, by the way, with a concussive grenade 3 times. And he still has not found the sentry or does not want to deward it. I don't know why.
Could be. I think they don't want to deward it, right? Because you don't have any.
And then you reveal your sentry.
Yeah, you don't have any invis on your team playing against the Moonlight Shadow. This is something I've seen the player base in general, even in pubs, get a lot better at, is kind of playing with sentries. And I think this is probably Vision. I'd be super curious to do like a case study on it, Dota, but like a case study on how Vision has evolved throughout the years. Because, you know, you watch some of those TI archive clips of like, you know, TI3 and people just tanking tier 3 tower shots for some reason. And, you know, you never really see where they ward. I wonder where they were warding. I wonder how that compares to today. Especially now that wards are free and pretty easy to just throw down. They were a pain in the butt back in the day. What, 90 gold each or something for an observer?
What?
Observer wards?
For the for the observer? Yeah. I mean, I don't know, dude. It's been so long.
When you had to pay for them?
I got used to the fact that they're free. As an offlaner, I buy the wards. It's easy.
I don't blame you.
I'll pause the game. No, still broke. I have some connection issues. No big deal. Lag, as if it wasn't. I mean, I would say that the Felt's actually in a pretty good position this game, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree, especially with this Aegis here in the hands of Templar Assassin. I wonder what Felts are going to feel like they want to do with this Aegis, because they've got really good tower push, of course, with the Deso, a good wave clear, and a good counter initiation with Storm and Mars, so Sniper can't just poke and prod as he would wish. So
yeah, I mean, I think RL's build. I mean, all jokes aside about being a sniper, yada, it's actually pretty good because you have to consider that you've just been mega countered by the Storm. Like, would you, the build we see these days of Sniper standing his ground and just kind of fighting you to death, I don't think it's capable of a Storm TA. Because Storm can just initiate, TA follows up, and there's no way you're mitigating that damage, right?
Yeah.
So I think the Axe is the best utility build and makes it so that Storm has to go so far to catch him, but sometimes not good. Oh, sorry. Wow, that's the most NA thing to say. Sorry, one moment, and then RL's like another speech. Because earlier, Steel Borko wanted to say some words about how he was real happy being a ban. He was done to tank people, and I guess RL's just making fun of that fact.
Yeah, if you, I wonder if anyone clipped it, because that was a pretty nice moment, of course, just expressing gratitude. It was right at the beginning of the stream, so in case you missed it, as Oliver was mentioning, recommend you guys scrub through the VODs and find it here on the Twitch TV channel.
It hit Storm? Oh, people said it did.
It did?
It hit Storm. It hit Storm first and then Mars.
Oh, didn't see it.
I just didn't see it.
I didn't see it. You know what?
His Storm didn't Mars.
While we're paused,
Oh, wow.
hold on. You know what? We have
Put the replay on again.
we
I
have
only saw the Mars being hit.
the technology.
Oh, let's go.
Go ahead and play this event. Here.
It was used on Storm first. That makes much more sense. That would make much more sense.
That makes much. I didn't see him get. Oh no, he did. They were just right on top of each other. Okay, okay, no. You guys are right. Twitch chat, you guys are veritable geniuses, demonstrable geniuses.
Thank God we show you the replay. So
Oh
you can
my
check
goodness,
twice.
that's why Twitch.
I'm glad that interaction works. That would be
10K.
really stupid otherwise.
Yeah. I was wondering, like, why would you not assassinate the Storm Spirit? And
That's exactly what I was thinking, which led me to this whole path of logic. But I guess I just didn't. We just couldn't see it.
we're just blind.
I'm just blind. Thank you, Twitch chat.
Thank you, Twitch chat. 2.5 minutes.
You hate?
on-
You love it.
Sorry.
They correct us. They make us better.
Oh, they do. No, it's important.
They check yourself. It was created
you
by
know, Twitch chat.
right?
They keep you humble. They keep you humble.
They do. Did you ever think you were worth anything in life? Fuck no. Twitch chat will make sure to take that away from you. There's a sniper just kind of covering the triangle. Oh, mischief. But I think they realize, okay, 5ManMidas is adapting their battle plan though. They're starting to realize that like their positioning is crucial in these fights. And it's really difficult because the enemy team again has like 30,000 repositioning skills and you have Timber. And that's it, right? And Abaddon to kind of cover you. So it's really tough if you already start in a bad position, and especially if you're in a position where your numbers are not like when your numbers are bad. You're gonna lose every single fight. So you need to start understanding that and play much more safely, which makes 5ManMidas' plan a bit tougher. Because with an Ursa, you don't really want to have to concern yourself whether your sniper's in a good position, you're gonna get dived. You know, when you pick an Abaddon, you hopefully have enough save to go and help the sniper. That's not been the case this game.
Oh, what? Who have they found? Oh, it's Ray.
They found the Abaddon.
Okay.
Ray,
Yeah.
a little bit in trouble, but I mean, yeah, good use of the Yule Scepter. He's gonna die, and it's your 5. I don't think this is that big a deal. I wouldn't consider this being like out of position. He's just tanking again. It's fine for a 5.
Yeah, Little Boy's just farming here elsewhere on the map. Going into a Scythe of Vice as he continues shoving out this bottom lane. Bolo feeling adventurous. Might look for the outpost as he sees plenty of very scary heroes hitting his bottom tier 1 tower. So he's going to make the best use of his time and look to get some vision up in his jungle. Oh, goodness gracious me. That is a big ol' zip from downtown, but the bash on Lies here. Soldier used all of his mana for that Avo. Oh, but do they have detection? Yes, because they captured the outpost, but he's going to be able to walk just far away enough. He knows he knows he's close by. The bottle sips are going to get Soldier out of this one, though. Oh, that was close. And now 5ManMidas, they've overcommitted for this one, or maybe not, actually, as the Mars, he's going to go down first before getting the arena off. Little Boy tanking through comfort pretty easily as RRL able to get himself out of the Wukong's command using the grenade. Oh my goodness, they might even look to turn. Lies, sees a tree on top of a tree. He knows that's not right, but he can't quite catch him. And
RL has 15,000 save items because it's so difficult for him to like get away from people. You have to use concussive grenade at a 5 and then the Ghost Hitter to save himself from the TA. That was great. Now he stuns the TA, but there's no use for that because they can't follow this up. They do lack kind of initiator. Like when Timber's doesn't have reactive armor, he can't just jump in.
well, Ursa with this basher, he doesn't do too bad of a job, does he?
No. I mean, it's like he can run in scale with the Timber, right? But you don't have the initiation that Felt has. Mars is much stronger here, or Storm is much stronger at initiate.
There goes again.
Your team fights to be more coordinated. Storm, once again, I think he was kind of cutting the lanes there a bit and also protecting Borko.
Oh.
And Comfort would actually snipe Bolo in the back
yeah,
lines.
but now maybe...
But Comfort himself could be in trouble. Atos, they try to burn through that refraction, literally burn through it as the Ursa catches up to him, and Comfort will pay for his sins. Kill a support, lose your core.
Yeah, Bolo's going to drop a tip for that. He says that's the equivalent of the professional, you know, the pub match question mark, you know. That's the equivalent of that tip. That's a...
Oh, that is 100% a question mark. Yeah. I mean, that was a bit of a...
That's...
I get these plays, though. If you have a Storm and like a Marana and Monkey, technically you can always initiate on these plays, right? You kill a support, they all just run in. But the Storm was on half mana, if I recall.
Yes.
So I think that's partially why.
Yeah, he had to zip to scare off and save Steel Borko.
I think that's the right play. I like, not the TA's play, mind you. I think not zipping in is the right play by Soldier.
Yeah, he was kind of lucky to escape once before because, of course, Ursa doesn't carry detection.
Yeah.
Bears can't do that. They don't have room in their pick-a-nick baskets for detection.
Yeah.
You guys, you guys get Yogi Bear in Spain?
Yeah,
Okay, nice.
yeah, of course. Yeah, that's what was it? What was the catchphrase with Boo Boo?
Oh my goodness, actually, I don't remember.
No, I'm talking like, I completely forgot now. I've been blanking out that phase. That's right, Boo Boo?
I think it is. I think you're right. Oh, they're gonna get Bolo again. This time there's no one to avenge him, however, and Solji will push another wave top. They're setting up for Roche. 1 minute. Bolo's going to be alive by the time it respawns.
As the game continues, you're still itemizing against Storm
Little boy.
completely, but it's still kind of a free game. Little boy, yep. 30 stacks of reactive armor, though. Gets help by the sniper.
Tanky.
And in fact, they can initiate. Oh, that's a really good initiation. They surprised him there. Without the Storm, they're not as afraid. Ursa can go on the Mars directly. He does get control of the Yule Scepter, however. And here's the arena. They stop the Abaddon, who still has the ultimate, so he's going to be safe for now. And they actually force a TA away from now. Lies is still in trouble. He's going to die.
RL.
To comfort, thanks to that Hurricane Pike. They jump over and hoping to kill Ray as well. That's going to be 2 kills for the TA, as RL is just trying to run for his life, save himself from the Storm. Has the Yule Scepter yet again. Will TP to this, and they soulbind him just for good measure. Why not? As it's going to be Little Boy who brings down Solji thanks to his flamethrower. Little Boy, unkillable. They're going for everything around him, and now that they can concentrate on Little Boy, they should be actually, maybe not.
Nope.
No, not with the Abaddon. No, it's impossible.
Well, they can kill the Abba.
Instead, they're going to kill the Abaddon, who put himself in the wrong position, and Ray will die.
There he goes. Still Borgo picking up the kill there. That was such a weird initiation. I actually thought they were going to be able to kill Little Boy, but someone used him. And if you look at his inventory, it sure as heck wasn't him. It was actually Steel Borgo that decided to use him. It wasn't the Mars. So maybe a little bit of miscommunication there. I don't know if they would have killed him. Oh, they're going to kill RL, though. Yep, just caught him in the trees. Down he goes. Nullifier projectile doesn't even hit, and that's easily going to be the third and perhaps final Roche of this game, going the way towards Felt.
All right. Once again, half the fight is Sniper trying to run for his life, which is sad, and I don't think that Ursa is... Again, I don't think RL's misplaying it, just this game is really difficult for him, and I don't think the Ursa's accomplishing much while he's doing that, because usually, you know, you're wasting someone's time because Sniper's running for his life, but you're not... The Ursa's being controlled so well, the prevalence of Yule Scepters on the supports, that it's making it very difficult, and the Hurricane Pike now in TA, which killed him last fight, that is making it very difficult for 5ManMidas to... honestly execute these fights. Even that initiation, which I thought was pretty decent, just gets kind of outplayed. And outplayed imply that they're just playing worse than the enemy team, but it's just that the enemy team has many more resources to use in these fights.
Who would win, 5ManMidas or 3-man Yule Scepter? Right now it's the Yules. And I think Sniper's even... He's got a casual Ogre Axe in the inventory, but it seems like he's going to go E-Blade with that Ghost Scepter, given the Eagle Song and the Quick Buy.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's good. The E-Blade is the item that still gives you most agility in the game. So, for agility here, actually pretty decent.
Little Boy doesn't have any stacks of reactive armor. And a good lockdown here. The team to close the gap. Liza's like, yeah, I'm going to have to leave you behind here. Thought about going back in a second time. But despite the Scythe of Vice onto the Storm Spirit, he is going to drop.
One thing I liked about Wakeby up there is that you notice that at first he was attacking him, and they realized that until the Storm came by, he stopped attacking him, because there was no point in just stacking reactive armor and giving him healing. So, small things like that actually end up mattering. I don't think I think he was there dead anyway.
That's a big courier snipe. Where was that courier?
Yep.
Oh, still
It was,
I got it.
And yeah, it was a secret shop.
Yep,
That's pretty bad.
That had the Eagle Song.
Steel Borka turns into couriers, he kills couriers.
I think that's the second courier he's killed, isn't it? Or was it last game's Monkey King that killed the courier?
I think he lost his own. Steel Borka. There's the Inkswell. Okay, Soulbind. But once again, Lies can't fight in the middle of Wukong's command. And because of the Yule Scepters, you also can't fight in general. They actually caught him with the arrow as well. Lies is capable at least of getting away from now, but the arena will make sure that does not happen as Lies dies. RL uses the concussive grenade but can't get up to the high ground. He's stuck. They nullify him. They stun him. They kill him. Ray has no more ultimate. They've killed his friendly support, and now they're going to go for him and finish him off.
That's a full team
They
wipe.
also broke Steel Borko's tree as he was jumping to it.
That's a full team wipe there, Avo, and that's got to be almost pretty much the game here. Solji, yeah, now he's got this 2x overload attack balance. It's the best talent to take when you just looking to end the game instead of delay the game, as the other talent is good for. But I think they're just going to go for throne. Buyback only available here on the Ursa.
I mean, they know, right? Because they just sniped Sniper's Courier, and they probably saw the Eagle Song on it, so they know there's no buyback on him. Or they should be able to guess. Lies did buyback, but what can Ursa do alone? He can't do something with a team. Once again, the Yules. This bear just keeps on flying. He hates heights, and Lies might actually die again. Storm kind of kiting him around. There's a Nullifier hitting him. Lies. One more Yules, and poor Lies just cannot walk on ground. He is going to die. That's a dieback for him. They did deal a fair amount of area damage. They set up the Wukong's command for a bit more protection. Make sure they don't die here as they hit the throne. And the monkeys are making it difficult for them to walk in the circle. Still, Borko alone is the one that's actually taking the throne down, as they also bring down 2 of 5ManMidas' heroes and win the game.
Very good game out from Delta. That's going to take us to a game 3. It's nice to be back to game 3s. I've been doing so much casting that's just